Next question is for Trent. What are your thoughts on Adam and Eve only eating plants pre-fall? Does this not offer support for the idea that Christians should aim to be vegan? Go for it.
Well, I don't see anything in the Genesis account. It does talk about how Adam and Eve were given every green plant in the garden to eat. The Catechism of the Catholic Church says in paragraph 390 that the account of the fall in Genesis, I think it's 390, the account of the fall in Genesis 1 through 3 affirms a primeval event, but it's written in symbolic language. So it's presenting truths, but not necessarily in a literal historical sense. So to derive a universal moral duty from that, I think would be unfounded. As a Christian, I would say that we have the moral permission to eat animals, but we also have the moral duty to not cause unnecessary suffering among animals. Obviously, that would include directly torturing animals, but I'm extremely sympathetic to Alex's view that much of factory farming causes unnecessary suffering. And I've actually been criticized by other Catholics for saying this, that there could come a point where we say that it is immoral to eat food that comes from certain kinds of animal meat production that involve unnecessary suffering. But I don't believe that animals have the same moral status as human beings.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would only have to add that I think if people want to put this bluntly, Jesus would probably have some choice words if you took him on a tour of a modern factory farm. I would just point out that I agree with you there, Trent, that it's not necessarily intrinsically wrong to kill an animal and eat it, or to eat an animal product in any circumstance. What's wrong is committing unnecessary suffering. In your words, you say like unnecessary suffering in order to produce that food. I would say that because we now live in a situation whereby we don't need animal products to survive, and because killing an animal in most cases, and certainly the production of things like milk and the separation of calves from their mother, do cause suffering, by definition, that's unnecessary suffering because we don't need to do it to survive, and therefore you should be giving up milk. That's the only thing that I would have to add if you wanted to. You say you're sympathetic to the argument, and people like to say, yeah, I'm with you on the factory farming stuff. Well, if you're with me on the factory farming stuff, then stop funding it.